Hello everyone and welcome to the Anime Daily, and thank you for joining me as we go over chapter 186 of the We Never Learn manga series. The ending of the Kirisu route, and I have to start by asking the important question, and that is, in Naruyuki's eyes, who is the happiest person in the world? If Kirisu is the second, is it A, himself, or is it B, the fan base of Miss Kirisu? Because Kirisu has finally gotten the man, the main protagonist, and the fans are now rejoicing! I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Overall though, I really like this chapter, with the main highlight for me personally being the art style. This chapter has some incredible artwork within it that was very clear, crisp, and detailed throughout the entire chapter itself. It really displayed a lot of commitment and care and passion from the mangaka and slash creator, because you could read every single page and look at the artwork on every single panel and go, he was enjoying himself, and it came across in the end product. This I really enjoyed. The full body introduction to Kirisu's parents was a really nice touch to the chapter, giving us a closer look into the mindset of her parents way back when they were raising Kirisu herself. The simple fact that they themselves realised that they made a mistake in raising her, and they actually saw that, I thought was very telling. Their hearts and desires were in the right place. To them, they just wanted Kirisu to be happy in the future, and they thought giving her a stricter kind of upbringing in where she was very focused on her skating, making her somewhat famous, would allow her to be happy. Now again, I mentioned that they realised that their methods were incorrect, and this shows great character from them, because it shows that they're not just one dimension, they have multiple layers and they're able to think for themselves. So by character standpoints, I think that's great. However, they were kind of almost beating themselves up over the decision once Kirisu left the household to become a teacher. They said they were very unsupportive of that, and they regret that because, you know, they just wanted her to be happy. However, they never stopped praying for her happiness each and every day. I don't think they're bad parents, so to speak, because they did just want Kirisu to be happy. So for that, I think from We Never Learn standards and first introductions, I think that was pretty good. Although, her father's mustache made me laugh more than it should. I mean, come on, that thing looks ridiculous. Apologies if anybody out there watching this has the same mustache, but I can't do it. Can't. It's just too funny. Now, I learned a little bit from reading this chapter today, and that is what the veil that the bride has to wear actually mean. And obviously, we get told that it's got two meanings. Meaning number one is that it's the last time that the mother dresses their child. Number two is all about kind of closing the curtain of your single life. That's why the bride wears it. And then when the groom lifts up the veil, it's the start of their life as a couple. Now, this might not be 100% accurate or true, because I did try and look it up to try and confirm it myself. However, I didn't find anything that was exactly the same as how they presented it here. But the reason as to why I bring this up was because it adds a layer of sweetness and wholesomeness when you look at the vibe that the chapter was trying to bring and give across. The chapter presented a really sweet feeling that was very heartfelt and wholesome, and it just kind of, it made you feel a bit heartwarming when reading the chapter itself, because the dialogue helped add to this. You had the art style that was incredible, you got the dialogue that helped shift your mood and your perspective when you're reading it. So yeah, all in all, a very heartfelt moment that had a lot of cool key details within it, like the father, Naruyuki's father, appearing in the front row smiling at the happy couple during the ceremony. I thought that was brilliant. That really shows good kind of attention to detail and just great storytelling all around, because we know how important Naruyuki's father was to Kirisu. We even get a mention of that in the early stages of this chapter. So I thought that again was brilliant. Another aspect I really did enjoy was the display of Kirito's character in the beginning stages of this chapter. Yes, it was more comedic, but it showed a little bit of development, because Kirisu is still trying to figure out the whole lovey-dovey kind of stuff. And that to me was just adorable. I thought that was quite nice. The given facial expressions from Kirisu's character shows her and depicts her desperately trying to return her feelings towards Naruyuki through her actions rather than her words. Just the faces that she pulls was just innocent, and I really liked it. Now then, there were two things that I was not happy about from this chapter. Number one, the expression from Naruyuki's sister and the way that she was looking at the start of the chapter was kind of disrespectful, I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, we know that she had a thing for her brother, and I get that she might not be as thrilled to see him marry somebody else. But those kind of feelings, you might want to keep a secret to yourself and not express it on the outside. Surely, you should just be happy for the fact that your brother found happiness and is willing to share everything that he has with somebody in general. The second thing I disliked was the lack of other characters appearing. I understand that A, they might be busy, B, they might be bitter, or C, they might be upset. But again, characters like Furuhashi, Azumi, Uruka, maybe she's in a different country, Rizu, those characters were a key part in Naruyuki's kind of main timeline interaction. They were his friends, and yet we saw none of Naruyuki's friends at this wedding. All we saw were family members. Again, for the reasons I've kind of listed already, I would have thought they would just want to be happy for the fact that Naruyuki is happy. But the reason as to why I bring this up, and the reason as to why I think is a bit of a dampener and it really kind of annoyed me a little bit, was because, to me, personally, it makes me feel that Naruyuki's interactions with the other girls in the main timeline was purely, I'm the teacher, you're the student, I'm going to help you out, we're not developing any sort of friendship together, and again, we saw the development of friendship throughout the main timeline that occurred throughout the entire series. This kind of stamps on that a little bit and kind of waters it and puts it under the bridge. Again, I might be overthinking this, but what do you think? Do you think that there should have been more of Naruyuki's friends being present, or do you think that that was an okay decision to do? Overall though, I thought this was a good way to end off the Kirisu route, and in general, as like an overview of the route itself, I would say that it's not the best route, but it at least is not the weakest route that we've had. Maybe somewhere in the middle, out of the routes that we've currently been given. The series hasn't ended yet, which I thought was a little bit surprising, but I'm still intrigued as to where the series is going to go next, now that the Kirisu route has finally ended. And my third thoughts after seeing that next week will not be the last chapter was, oh my god, no, 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 no. Not a route based on Naruyuki's sister. Please no. Please, please no. We do not need a sister route. But then I thought, hold on a minute. We haven't had that much interaction between the two, so I don't think they're going to do that. Personally speaking though, I would like to see a basic Naruyuki route in where it shows us what happens and his kind of journey as we explore more of his past and the path of him becoming a fully pledged educator. I think that would be awesome because we still, as a protagonist, don't know all that much about Naruyuki. After 186 chapters, I still don't actually feel like I know Naruyuki that well. I feel like he is a background character in a show or series where he's meant to be the main protagonist, if you know what I mean. However, I want to hear your thoughts, ideas and desires in the comment section down below. What do you think is going to happen in the upcoming chapters? But that about wraps up my thoughts on chapter 168 of the We Never Learn series. Make sure you like the video if you did, and subscribe if you're new for more We Never Learn content in the future. Plus, if you want, just let me know your general thoughts on the video itself down in the comments. Other than that though, have a great day. Arigato, matane, goodbye.